me well and know that I get really emotional, so I'm going to try and keep it together. Thank you, Garrett. That was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara and Sultram and Joyce and Rich. I am just so incredibly touched by your words. Thank you to everyone in the band. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Kelsey. Yes, Kelsey. Never enough applause for Kelsey. Thank you to the fabulous campaign committee, all the volunteers, friends, and supporters. Some of you I've known for many, many years, and some of you are new friends that I've met through this very challenging and wonderful work. So thank you. And I want to say thank you to my very amazing and supportive family who are here. Keep me going. And I'd love if we could give another round of applause for the other elected officials that are here and the public servants that are here. Right? Very hard time to do this work, and they are remarkable professionals who care so deeply, and they're really the very best, and it's my greatest honor that I get to work with them, and I'm very grateful to have them here. So all of you are part of what makes Northampton such a wonderful place. The same is true, of course, of the Iron Horse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
It's impossible to imagine Northampton without the Iron Horse. And yet we recently did suffer a period, a 4-year period, when we didn't have it. And boy, did it really feel like something was missing here in Northampton.
That's true.
Right? You know, it's become easier and easier to not leave the house, to pass the time streaming shows, doom scrolling, social media, right? Ordering stuff off of Amazon. I too, right? I too succumb to all of these isolating indulgences, but if that's all that we do, if we spend our time atomized, alone, sequestered with social media and the conveniences of online culture, that's not healthy. It's not healthy for our economy, for our local businesses, for our mental health, for our physical health. It's not healthy for the bonds of our community, for the world that we make here together.
Right on. We should all meet together like once a month, like all of us.
Yes, that's an idea, Letitia.
Right on.
So when the opportunity arose to bring the Iron Horse back with the Parlor Room Collective, I knew that we all had to help. I made a decision in my first year as mayor to set aside $4 million of the city's federal American Rescue Plan Act funds to be used for community-directed projects to support recovery from the pandemic, to build resilience, and to reconnect our community. With the great help of an advisory committee of community experts and city councilors, we awarded 61 grants. One of those grants was used to ensure that the new Iron Horse would be accessible to everyone. I am just still stunned by the fantastic job you all did bringing back this Northampton treasure.
Yeah!
And you did it in record construction time of just 4.5 months, thanks to another Northampton institution, D.A. Sullivan & Sons. So the Iron Horse reopened last May, and in less than a year has sold over 40,000 tickets to over 600 shows and events. Anyone who experienced the old bathrooms downstairs, promise me that you will check out the new ones. Even if you don't have to go, just poke your head in there. It is an amazing transformation.
It's really nice in there.
It is. I am just so proud that the city was able to contribute to the reopening of the Iron Horse as this beautiful, accessible venue that retains the intimacy and the character of the old space, and I thank everyone for this community effort. Think about all the places that we love, places where we come together. These are cornerstones of our community. Before I entered city government, I led the $2 million capital campaign that helped repair and restore First Churches right across the street.
Yay!
I had an office upstairs at the church, and I would hear people starting to line up for the night show here at the Iron Horse, and that's when I knew it was getting late and it was time to wrap up work. And it was just the best sound of hearing people outside excited for their evening downtown. As the Iron Horse is not just a music venue, First Churches is not only a church. It is rich with history and provides critical services to people in need every day. It's been Northampton's meeting house and gathering spot for centuries. Just last month, hundreds of people packed First Churches to meet with our Congressman Jim McGovern.
Yay, Jim McGovern! Woo!
And everyone packed in that space to talk to Jim and to discuss how best to resist the chaos and the cruelty that's coming from Washington right now.
Oh God, yeah, don't mind me.
Yeah. While there are no perfect answers or simple solutions, I know this much. And just like Forrest told you, we need solidarity. We must collaborate and we must cooperate. We must stand together on the firm ground of our shared values. This is easier said than done because every day in this deeply imperfect world with desperately insufficient resources, except for the very few, we have to make decisions. Sometimes they're hard to make and we don't always love every aspect of each outcome, but we accomplish so much more when we work together than when we turn on each other. You can see the value of our work together when someone in distress is able to build trust and accept help from the new Division of Community Care, which was an idea that came from the volunteer Northampton Policing Review Commission and is being realized with dedicated collaboration in the city. You can see it in the new Climate Action and Project Administration, or CAPA department, which has reoriented how we approach planning capital projects and procurement to get us to our carbon neutrality goals and also to make us a more climate prepared and resilient community. CAPA, as you heard, was shaped with the collaboration of Northampton's passionate climate activist community. And as the Fed unravels environmental regulations and takes us back decades, we will not fold. We will fight for the future and keep on the path we know is not only right, but is existentially critical, and we will do it together. In the more than 50 new businesses that have opened in Northampton over the last 4 years, with more coming soon signs popping up. This is not an easy time to realize a dream or take a chance on a business. And I am incredibly grateful to those that believe in investing in this community. You can see it in the over 180 affordable housing units built in the last 10 years that I have been proud to support. And in the 110 more units that are in the pipeline. It is a big effort with many stacked funding pieces to create affordable homes, and it involves city and nonprofit collaboration. You can see it in the plans for the Picture Main Street downtown redesign. Fabulous, thank you. Our Main Street is in the Commonwealth's top 5% of crash clusters for bike and pedestrian accidents. And that is why this is a Massachusetts Department of Transportation project, and they are investing $29 million. Yeah! And local input input, and our community helped shape the redesign.
Yes.
It is the product of more than 60 public meetings, 9 public forums, and 3 community surveys over 6 years. Picture Main Street will improve bike safety with separated bike lanes, widen sidewalks and remove obstacles to increase accessibility for pedestrians and rollers, replace over century-old water and sewer infrastructure, double the number of trees and make downtown more climate adaptive, and it will inject new vibrancy into the downtown with more space for outdoor dining, entertainment, art, and just being together. We must help our brick and mortar businesses compete with online retail and the isolating and detached entertainment that is consuming us online and not the other way around. We need to take back our sense of place and our sense of belonging. Like being here at the Iron Horse, we need to respect and cultivate our community gathering spaces, the real material world in which we meet, where we celebrate, where we find joy, where we mourn and where we seek solace, where we question, where we protest, where we disagree and we have hard, sometimes painful discussions, but where we meet each other as colleagues, as neighbors, as community. And yes, as hard and intense as the discussions around budgets and school funding have been in the past couple of years, you can also see there the value and work of our collaborations. Thanks to the diligent work by people inside and outside city government, we are investing more in our public schools. In the year I became mayor, the city contributed $33.5 million to the Northampton Public Schools. This year it's estimated to be $41.5 million. That's a 24% increase. In the last 50 years at least, that the city's contribution to the MPS budget increased by at least 5% for 3 consecutive years, with this current year being almost 10%. And we've created a special education stabilization fund to help respond to the growing and sometimes unanticipated needs of all of our students. Now, is there more work to do on all of these fronts? Absolutely. Even with these increases, public education funding is falling behind the need. And our state funding, which for decades has been stagnant, leaves a massive funding gulf that the people of Northampton need to shoulder. This disparity between revenue and exploding costs is happening not just in Northampton, but in many places in the Valley, across the Commonwealth, and in the country. And it is splintering communities. And is the work going to get any easier now that we have a White House working against many of our values and priorities? Moving to terminate the Department of Education, dismantling the programs and the regulations we rely on? Absolutely not. The work is going to get harder, and we have to do it together.
How are we going to do that, my dear?
We're going to work on it.
Good question.
I know what it takes to get through these difficult times.
In 4 years, bro.
And it is pulling together, not tearing each other apart. I was a counselor the first time around with this White House resident. And as city council president, I worked closely with the previous mayor and the Northampton community during the worst of the pandemic. Right after the presidential election last November, we made clear that Northampton's values and the rights of our residents would not be sacrificed despite the pressures we may face. I issued an executive policy order directing that it shall be the continuing policy of the city of Northampton to protect and defend transgender and gender diverse rights. provide equal protections for our community members and to protect those seeking reproductive health care or any other legally protected health care services from the efforts of federal, state, or private parties that want to investigate them. And I thank my colleagues on the City Council for their sanctuary resolution for transgender and gender diverse people here in Northampton. Other Massachusetts cities have followed suit and have made the news, but Northampton was the first in the country. Councilor in 2019, I co-sponsored the Safe City Ordinance, which mandates that city resources will not be used to assist federal immigration officials except when required by federal or state law. And in November, I, with the police chief and the Health and Human Services Commissioner, issued a statement reaffirming the city's commitment to our Safe City policy. Whatever is thrown at us over the next 4 years, I am ready and I am eager to work with anyone and everyone in our beautiful city.
Yeah!
We're going to work to meet our needs, to keep us on sound financial ground, and to keep our city together and to keep us together.
Yeah.
Being mayor isn't a one-person job.
I'll help you, my dear.
Thank you. Being the candidate in a campaign in difficult times is also not a one-person job. We are all going to need each other. We need each other every day.
Yes.
This has been the hardest, most personally challenging thing I've ever done.
We love you. I love you.
The most fulfilling thing I've ever done because we are a team, we are a community, working for you every day and supporting the remarkable people who devote themselves to serving the city of Northampton is an awesome responsibility that I hold sacred. And I am ready to spend another 4 years of my life in dedication to the city that we love. Are you ready to do it with me? Means everything to me. I thank you. I thank you for coming tonight. I thank you for standing with me in this campaign. I thank you all every day for everything that you do for Northampton and to build community. And we are in this together, so let's go do it to it.